Well, I'm going to go last. I got to go last because I am so good at sales that by the time I get done, you all will believe what I'm saying. So I need your honest to God truth of what you feel about Chicago. By the way, when you talk about the Bears, don't forget to mention that they are the division champs. They are the kings of the North right now, right? Caleb Williams is the Madden cover, the Iceman, 3,900 yards a year ago, 27 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. Some of those were tip balls, 90 passer rating.
Oh, you just skipped over his completion percentage. Go ahead and say that one.
58.1 completion. Listen, there's one thing I say about Caleb. He's got to make the easy plays look a little easier, right? But 11-6, 441, 415. Defense got to get better. 6,200 yards. I love what I'm seeing out of the Bears. I'm going to circle back, though, and let Robert talk about the Bears because as a Lions fan, he does not want to have to go to Chicago in January. I know that.
You know what? We don't mind playing in the cold weather. It's okay.
They got my face.
Yeah. We don't mind playing in the cold weather. But my biggest thing is can they repeat what they did last year? I'm a big fan of Ben Johnson, so I cannot say anything about that Bears offense. I wish he would come on back home to Detroit. But, hey, he's the head coach now. He has turned that team around. I mean, hey, you went from, like I say, 0 to 100 real quick when Ben Johnson stepped into the Bears stadium, and to do it again, that second year, people, you got a target on your back right now, Chicago Bears. The Packers have a target to come get you, Bears. The Lions have a target, and the Vikings. So my biggest thing is, can you repeat what you did last year with Caleb making some great plays? And those great plays don't always come around because you got to make those basic plays, like you said. Sometimes he doesn't take the easy throw. He doesn't take the 10-yard out or the 5-yard out and let the guy go make a play. He wants that fanfare, spectacular play, yes. But then when teams start to do different things to you, send different blitzes, sending different schemes at you that they didn't send last year because they didn't know what kind of quarterback you were. But now they've watched a lot more film on you. They know what you like to do. They know who you like to go to. It's going to be a different ball game this year when it comes to Caleb Williams and the way that he has to go out and approach the game, walking into game one in the NFL season.
All right.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think that we understand Caleb's a phenomenal talent. He does things that are very abnormal, go against the grain from a traditional style quarterback. Could it penalize you? Oh yeah, it can penalize you, right? He's made some very questionable throws that has gone his way, but I hope he really understands just the type of coordinator Ben Johnson is and turning around Jared Goff's career, getting rid of the ball, understanding how to make, the simple throws look easy, right? I think we all know he has the talent. Now with Rome Odunze, Larry Burden coming in their third season as well, this is going to help spark that chemistry. I think they were phenomenal, man, last year. I think they won a lot of close games, but I told you, man, it wasn't sustainable. They were winning games by really, I'd say the football gods were blessing them with those things. And some things, they fall your way, and other times they don't. But I do feel with the pressure of Caleb being on the Madden cover and all the attention now is on Chicago. You're not the hunter. You're now being hunted. Yes. And so you're going to get the best out of every single NFL team. They're going to want to hit him every which way, right? They're going to try to do their best to rattle him. Can the kid thrive? Can he make it look simple? Get him, some easy reads. I think the defense did pretty well despite, you guys going 3 and out for a long time, right? Completing under 60% of your passes. That is killing a defense, right? You're always on the field constantly. So he's got to find a way to sustain drives. But I know because you're a Chicago fan and Mark is too, I do think you guys take a step back this year, though, honestly. I do think it's a little bit of a reset, but you find a way to climb back. You're going to scratch, but I don't think it's going to be the magical season that you saw last year. I think they're going to have to find a way to sustain it and understand how to finish games without having to play hero ball.
Okay. All right. So I took it all in. Seems like you were both pretty fair, right? There's nothing I can point to and be like, that was ridiculous. Although I don't see the Bears going backwards. I see a young coach. I see an offense that's going to stay familiar to a quarterback who's trying to grow into his role as the franchise player there in Chicago. DJ Moore, unfortunately, he's off to Buffalo, right? Caleb allowed DJ Moore to go play for Josh Allen. I hope Josh sends Caleb a thank you note at some point during the year. But Rome Odunze has to step up. And we saw flashes of him being a number one talent a year ago. And we also saw drops on big third downs. We saw balls go off his hands, get intercepted. We saw him missing assignments. He's a younger player. He's got to grow into that number one spot, though, because it's him and Burden now. Him and Burden are number one and number two. Swift has to have a big role in this offense for them to be successful, right? Both running the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield, right? He's a good player. I really like Monungai, right? We got a thing in Chicago when he gets a first down, we like to sing like the Lion King. Kyle Monungai for the Bears, first down. Yeah, we love that. So he's a good third down running back, but we got to get more out of that running game. We didn't get as much out of the running game as I would have liked to see a year ago. So we need more of that. Caleb does need to hit the slants a little easier, right? He doesn't need to see the slant and then back up and do a Romo spin and get out of there and then throw a 40-yard post down the middle of the field. No, he needs to just throw the slant. That'd be great. But I love what he's doing. The fact that he can make those Patrick Mahomes type of plays. Now I need you to make some Peyton Manning type plays. I need you to get up to the line, decipher the defense, and go, okay, we're going right here, right now, because I watched film. I know what y'all are trying to do. And we're going to not allow you to do what you want to do. That's what Mahomes does so well, right? He's matured into that role. Caleb is going to do the same thing. I see Caleb as a Mahomes 2.0. I see physically he can do all the same things. Can he grow into it mentally? That's what I need. I will say this, 2 years ago, and even last year, I said Caleb Williams did not have the makeup of a franchise quarterback. Well, I have to backtrack that. Forget talent, all that. It was the makeup, right? The mentality. He has that. I think Ben Johnson has brought that out in him. So I love the relationship that the two of them have. Sometimes you get a coach that is responsible for a player's growth and development. And I see this being one of those times. Ben Johnson, if not for him, I don't know that we ever see the Caleb Williams that we're seeing now. So I love that Ben Johnson went in there, put his arms around him and said, come with me. We're gonna turn you into the franchise guy. And he's embraced every second of it. You listen to his interviews are different, more mature. He's more grown up. He talks about he talks about the team. I love where Caleb is going. I don't see the Bears having a setback. I see the defense is going to be shored up a little bit. There's still an opportunity to get a Max Crosby, maybe. I don't know. But I look for this offense to only get better, y'all. And I think that the other teams in the North should be shaking in their boots because this team is going to be exciting. And this is the best quarterback the Chicago Bears have ever had in their franchise. This team is about to be exciting. Period.
I told you he was going to get a Caleb Williams jersey when you drafted him. You're like, no, I'm not. Well, look at you.
I don't have one yet, but I need to order one.
Look, man, if I got one thing to say for Caleb, bore me with completions. Put my ass to sleep when I watch a game. And then when I wake up in the fourth quarter, man, you're 32 or 36, 333, 4 touchdowns. I'm like, damn, you're carving them up.
All right.
Well, bore me with completions, kiddo.
I wouldn't mind if we saw that. I do want to bring up one thing, Brandon. I'm so thankful you didn't bring it up because Mark might have jumped right through the screen and ended up in your office there. The Chicago Bears are indeed moving to Indiana. It's now there's a lot to do. It's not like they're moving to Indianapolis or the middle of the state. They're 30 minutes outside of the city of Chicago. I blame the city of Chicago for this. They should have taken care of the Bears. The Bears are a founding member of the NFL. Like, this is dumb that the Chicago Bears are going to move. The city wouldn't take care of them. McCaskey's rolling in his grave. I know he is. But, yeah, the Bears are going to move into a dome stadium that's going to be owned by the public, from what I understand. Construction will start as soon as this summer. When are they going to move? We don't know yet. They have to wait for the land to be purchased and all those agreements to be done. And then, of course, for the stadium to be built, probably 28. So we've only got a couple of years left. at Soldier Field. I know I'm going every year, at least once a year from now on, as long as they're there. But I'm saddened about this. Honestly, Robert, you're in this division, right? So you historically, I know you're kind of like me with football. You're kind of historic. Doesn't it, as a Lions fan, isn't it like, what do you mean you're not in Chicago anymore? Isn't that, it's just blasphemy almost.
Every Bear fan or every person who's played for the Bears for the past however many years they've been in existence, they're turning over in their graves. They're ready to burn jerseys. You don't keep the Chicago Bear jersey because you do keep it now because it's going to be different when you go to Indiana. It doesn't even sound right. What's the name?
Right. The Indiana Bears.
They're still going to be the Chicago Bears, so calm down.
Indiana Bears.
I mean, we don't call the
Dallas Cowboys. We're not going to do that,
Here
Brandon.
he is. Here he comes.
We're not going to do that. I'm not coming in. I'm just the voice. Can't have it.
Is God speaking to you?
It's just not right. It's not right. I'm trying to stay behind the scenes and produce the show.
Is that James Earl
What
Jones?
is happening?
Darth Vader's here. Yeah, look, it's really bad. It's really bad. But we've seen this, right? With stadiums getting bought and moved and everything. The 49ers had to move out to Santa Clara.
Trash.
There's a lot of teams that aren't. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are in Arlington, Texas. They are 30 minutes away from Dallas, Texas, right? Nowhere near Dallas, Texas. So I kind of understand what's happening, but I don't like it. I think Chicago really screwed the pooch here, and there's nothing like going to the game on the lakefront, right? There's nothing like going down to Kitty O'Shea's, Irish Bar, right there. And 5 minutes away from it, you walk across Grant Park, the big pretty park, and the bridges and the trees, the Chicago cops on their horses, and that's how you go to a Bears game. Now you got to go to Indiana.
Never been. Now you made me want to go before they close up shop.
Weed is legal in Chicago. I don't think it's legal in Indiana. They better fix that quickly because the Bear fans, we like to partake, especially when the Bears aren't playing so well. I mean, we need something.
This season.
Halftime. You better be selling some gummies in the stadium. What are we talking about?
It's good old Indiana Bears.
Right
I just think I don't like it. I think it really just messes up the history. I mean, this is one of the, one of the founders of the NFL, one of the founding teams. You don't do that.
Nah.
Especially right now. This is as popular as the Bears have been since like the Urlacher era. I would say, yeah.
So they've got, I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 years to win it before they're in Hammond. So let's win it. Let's win it and have the parade in downtown Chicago.
Oh, so if you do win it one year during Caleb's reign, do you have it in Indiana? Do you have the parade in Indiana?
No, you never have the parade in Indiana.
I mean, isn't it where they play though?
Heck no, you can't.
I tried.
Look, here he is.
I tried. I said I'm going to stay behind the scenes the entire show. Not going to come out. Not going to talk anything. I'm going to stay behind the scenes. But Brandon Newey, come on, man.
Come
on. They are the Chicago Bears.
So are they going to have like 2 like?
They are the Chicago Bears. Their offices will be in Chicago. They're not leaving Hallis Hall. They're still the Chicago Bears. And by the way, they're the oldest team. September 17, 1920. 126 years.
How do you move them away from Chicago? Like that just
blame Chicago.
Oh,
you blame the city of Chicago.
Here's why you can't have the parade in Hammond. Hammond and Gary are not safe areas.
Yeah, okay? No one wants to have a parade in Hammond anywhere near Gary, Indiana.
No.
You ever been
anywhere
near Gary, Indiana?
Okay.
The home of MJ.
You do not want to go anywhere near Gary, Indiana, party or not.
No, you're going in for the game and you're getting out as quick as you possibly can.
I just think it's a disrespect to the history.
It can't.
You just don't do that. That's like
business.
Oakland, the Raiders. I didn't understand that.
It's a business decision. If the Bears are a business, just like the Cowboys, just like the Niners, just like the Lions, and if the opportunity for taxes and recouping whatever they pay for the team and expenses, it's a business. They're not going to spend money and have one of the smallest stadiums in the NFL that's a logistical nightmare to go to unless you're like me and Tim, where you go to Kenny O'Shea's and then you walk across the Grant Park. You can walk there, you know.
Hey, I need to go to a Bears game with y'all one day.
But getting to that stadium off of Lakeshore Drive is a nightmare.
It is not
it's
fun.
A nightmare.
And they've closed down all the areas to park there. So
you can't park.
Really
you can't.
your car down.
Any place you park, you have to. It's almost like parking and taking the train or an Uber to get to the stadium, because you cannot park around the stadium. It's not accessible.
That's
Lakeshore
why
Drive.
We go to the Hilton, which is just a couple blocks away from the stadium. It has Kitty O'Shea's, which is an Irish bar run by people that came over from Ireland centuries ago, whenever they were here, whatever. They've been there forever. And so we'll go there. You get a good lunch, right? Back when I was drinking, even if I'm not drinking, I might have a Guinness, especially on a cold day. And then you take your, about a 10-minute walk?
10 minutes over. Cross the Grant Park, over the bridge. You're like in the Soldier Field,
and you come back to Kitty O'Shea's for dinner. It's awesome. Now we're not going to do that because I'm not going to Gary. I'm not hanging out in Hammond. Not doing it. Nope. All right. Well,
I don't have an opinion on you because you three guys are the show. But if I did have an opinion with regarding the Bears falling back or going back, or this isn't going to be their seasons. Yeah, you can quash that noise. This ain't last year. The Bears aren't thinking about last year. The fans are thinking about last year. The media will say, "No, the pressure's on," and like Nui said, they're no longer, they're no longer hunting. They're the hunted. Ben Johnson already has that attitude. Like everybody, you can't live in last year. We could talk about it, nostalgia, wax nostalgia. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we beat the Packers because absolutely the Packers. So it's not like we don't think that this is going to be a harder year, a more difficult year. You forget we have one of the best offensive lines in the game, all right? And just because Caleb did what he did, and the team did come back from 7 wins while being behind, just because it's not showing off if you can do it. Yeah, we put ourselves in a situation to do that, but having the ability to do that, and in the first year in your coach's offense, this is Caleb's 3rd year coming up. Okay. All right. So you've gone through 2 offenses, 3 in 4 years. Okay. And the Bears won the division last year. So the impetus isn't that they could regress because last year was a magical season. All right. The Packers played, Lions played, everybody played against the Bears. People lost, you lost. Sometimes injuries kick in. All of those things happen. But to say the Bears are going to regress, I even objectively, not being the biggest, the big Bear fan that I am, the numbers don't make sense to that. The numbers don't make sense to that.
Run into, and those are all valid points, Mark. But I think what you run into is the reason why I say, as far as might take a step back. I mean, their first 4 games are against 2 playoff teams and 2, non-playoff teams. They could be 500.
Oh, you're right. You know what? I can see that.
To me, that's like, okay, hold on. What's going on here? Do we hit the panic button? Do we have an identity here? Like, did what we do, is it working? Do we change things? I mean, that's a dramatic change because now, once you come out of that 4th game, guess where you go? You go to Green Bay.
But isn't one of those playoff teams? One of those playoff teams is the Panthers.
A Panthers team that upset the Rams, but they still made the playoffs. The Panthers team that won, it was a crappy division, but I think you're going in there the first game with a resurgence of Bryce Young. I mean, shit.
But
don't bat an eye because the
Bears are also a playoff team.
They're there to steal the. I mean, they were still breaking hearts.
The Bears are also a playoff team.
Well, I understand that, but it's like we know what the Bears are. We know how talented they are. We know where they've been. And now it's like the spotlight is on them, which it hasn't been in 20 years. And you go into these things. You go into Carolina, a hostile environment, and then you go and play probably a pissed off Kyler Murray. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not saying you guys should win that. But then Philly walks in.
It's not an easy lead schedule,
right? So
you don't ease into the season.
4 games, I'm thinking, hopefully you stay at 500, or you can squeeze out, 3 or 2 of those, or maybe you run it. But it's the unknown right now. That's what I think about this team. Is this team exciting? Yes. Are they one of the most talented teams, if not the most talented team in their division? That's probably true. Do they have the most exciting quarterback in their division? Yeah, they do.
I believe the Bears lost what they lost on offense with DJ Moore. They gained another year of experience with Komet.
I think Burton's going to be better for him.
Not only Burton, not only Burton. He's faster, obviously, younger.
He's just a great playmaker.
He's a playmaker with the ball in his hands. If there's a lot to be said that, like, of the teams that did take steps forward and took it in the league, like even though the Bears didn't get that defensive end that they really, really need, offensively, they lost something with DJ Moore, but they didn't fall back. It's time for the rookies to step up. They're not rookies this year, right? And they were already, and they had great years last year. The offensive line, we lost our center, but we gained what's his name? Logan Jones. Logan Jones will probably be starting this center, man. He's a Remington
tough stretch in the second quarter of the season.
A Remington winner last year. So the run game made the passing game.
Right.
You're not going to regress on the run game. Teams know what Caleb can do. Teams know how, like now with Ben Johnson's offense. But I don't see them taking a step backwards offensively. Like I see them taking a step forward.
I see the Bears coming into their own, but it starts with Caleb Williams.
Absolutely.
Caleb has to be, they're going to treat Caleb like they did Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
When they said Lamar couldn't throw the ball, the one thing that every team did was made sure he stayed in the pocket.
Was made him, right. We're going to force you to your weakness.
So now they're going to make Caleb stay in the pocket. So Caleb has to go 1, 2, 3. Get the ball out your hand. Find that guy. First read, second read, third read. Get the ball out your hand. We know you can run around, Caleb. We know you can get the ball down the field. We know you can do some magical things with the ball in your hand without the ball. Teams are looking for you. But can you sit back there and you get, like you said, he got one of the best lines in the league.
Right.
Can you sit back there?
I'll say it right now, Kent, man. If Caleb
froze on us again.
If Caleb can figure out how to throw the ball in rhythm consistently with his talent, watch out.
Yeah.
This is going to be very hard. You can't blitz him. You're going to have to just play catch coverage or match. You're going to have to do basically just like, hey, man, I hope you screw up. And right now, we all know he doesn't turn the ball over very much.
Right.
He's had some hiccups, right? He's a gunslinger.
Yes.
But he can just sustain drives.
It's those early
drives. They were one of the bottom teams, I believe, in third down percentage.
Bottom third.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure a Bears hater is going to come and tell me I'm absolutely wrong.
You're not.
But
you're not.
And we have to bring those people out. Like, please bring them. I would love. But I'm just saying, man, he is one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL. But
yes,
if he can really just harness that in what Ben is trying to do, damn, it's going to be hard to stop them. It really is.
Oh, I have to come in. I got to go back behind the curtain and give you guys back the show.
See you later, Wizard.
Predictions. Appreciate you.
Bear down.